may very well be a waste of time, but I don't know what's going on. The reason that the backup is so intense on I-20. I don't know if the highway is shut down or if it's just slow because of the one lane, or if it's an accident and it's slow. But I decided to get off. But anyway, the other day, started making a video, a lot of noise in the back. Nothing wrong with leaving town to escape the weather. But don't leave town to escape issues that you need to address. What was it, man? Oh. Yeah, that's because the back door to this GoPro is broke off. All of these aftermarket, wait, this is not even the aftermarket. This is the actual GoPro case. But the little latch that locks the back of the case closed fails. Now I use mine a whole lot, so, you know, I guess it won't last forever. Anyway, so the back door is not pressing up against the camera, and so the noise you heard was the camera vibrating. But anyway, what I was talking about was, you know, I was escaping North Carolina before the snowstorm. I was just saying that it's cool to escape for those purposes, but some people get in the truck to escape more serious situations, whether it's family situations, and other responsibilities and obligations at the house, you know. And sometimes, this is based on conversations I have with different people in different scenarios. Sometimes it's just to avoid the stress of dealing with, let's say, a relationship or something. But you're not, I mean, you prolonging it. You still have to deal with it, and you're dealing with it from the road. And then sometimes there's avoiding responsibility, and especially as a young man, you the one supposed to be taking up that responsibility. You're supposed to be, you know, the person. You want to be the king of the castle, then you're supposed to be having the ambition to run the household, manage the challenges, not run away from the challenges, and leave that to your spouse or significant other, or for other people to take up your slack. That's the opposite of manhood. You know what I'm saying? So you really gotta think about that. And as far as the relationship issue, you know, if you try to deal with the issues by leaving, I hope you don't expect the strength and the bond in the relationship to stay strong. You know, it's going to deteriorate, and don't be surprised you get to the house and to a rude awakening. So and if it's like that, then, you know, I'm saying it because it's something you need to realize. I think a lot of people, or at least some people, you feel like putting it off is actually, you know what I'm saying, you checking out and everything is at a standstill until you deal with it. Nah, life is moving on. Just because you're not engaged, that person is processing the situation for what it is. You basically have abandoned her or him. I don't, you know, this might apply to women too. But you are abandoning that situation. So why would you think a woman is going to stick around for a person who calls himself a man, who is going to abandon the situation instead of trying to figure out how to navigate the situation? And for relationships, a lot of what I see is, let me say this. This is some things to think about in how to deal with the relationship. Different people from different backgrounds, you have different opinions, different perspectives on the situation. You have to listen to a person, trying to understand where they're coming from, and instead of blocking them out. You can't assume from the get-go that your perspective is automatically by default the best just because it comes from you. Now, if you have, the traffic still stopped. You can see it to the right. I don't know how far y'all can see on the camera, but if you have thought through it, you've listened and you thought through it, and you analyze it, and yeah, the perspective you have is the best way to look at dealing with the situation. Now, oftentimes it ain't no best way. It's just a your way, my way, this way, that way. You rather have it this way. Each person wants it to be done this way, or it should be done this way, and it's just because that's what you're used to, based on your upbringing, based on wherever you're from, your past experiences. And both people have to realize that, first of all, you can't make the biggest issue out of everything. You got to choose your battles. Some things you got to let go. Now, the things that's going to have no significant impact on the relationship one way or the other, on the child rearing one way or the other, on financial situation one way or the other, things that's not going to have a significant impact, you better all letting that go so that you can deal with the more serious issues, because you can't have a fit and fallout about every single little thing, or the relationship is never going to be any good. You see what I'm saying? Now, part of this come into play, and this is after the fact and won't do too much good, except for the people that's watching, to be able to think in this way prior to them getting in a serious relationship. But part of how this comes into play is not really having enough conversation of substance prior to allowing it evolving into a serious relationship. In other words, y'all were incompatible in too many important areas. That's how a lot of this got to this level. So, it could help you too if you realize that, because, like I said, it's on both of y'all. That's on both of y'all. So you can't expect the other person just to give in to everything. You are partially at fault for this. Both of y'all, y'all didn't have the conversations in order to figure out if you were a good match, or whether you wanted to go forward with this, even though you weren't compatible in certain areas, or that you would butt head in certain areas, so that you can talk about it in advance, and you won't be having the multitude of issues that some of y'all are having. But for the other people that are listening, take note. There's a lot of potential mates out there. You don't have to settle just with somebody who fits the criteria in one area, especially a shallow area first. Now, and I'm a shallow person. I say that, but to me it just makes sense. In other words, I'm picky when it comes to looks and attitude and mindset on certain things. For instance, health and the way you parent. I'm particular. But to me, why wouldn't you be? If these are things that's important to you, and even something that's attractiveness, what you find attractive. Okay, maybe it's sad that looks are so important, but if they are, and you ignore that fact, and you say, oh, I shouldn't be that way, and you ignore that fact, then what? You won't be regret? I don't know, for me, it matters. And, well, that might be relevant to you guys. So one of the things that I see that has occurred with some couples that I've happened to have a big picture view of, is one of the people in a relationship allow themselves to go. The marriage is done, you caught the fish now, and you don't have to maintain yourself, your appearance. gained 30, 40, 50 pounds and the person should love it, I'm still that same person. No, you're not the same person. You can talk all that junk you want to. You're not the same person. You know? And then a lot of people that allows themselves to go like that, and then you're jealous about other people that your mate might find attractive, or and a lot of times it's just in your head because you know you are not the same. Then you feel like he or she is looking at everybody else that is more attractive, that's taking care of their body, taking care of their health, that fix themselves up. Well, how about you go ahead and we're talking about health anyway, secondary, even if it's appearance. And if you feeling some kind of way like that, it's affecting your self-esteem. So improve the relationship, improve your self-esteem, and improve your health if you're gaining weight like that. And just set some goals to get yourself back in shape, get yourself back up to par. Have the presentation that you should have. You want your significant other looking attractive and looking good. Don't want that person to let themselves go. So don't you let yourself go. That's gonna solve some problems with relationships. Hey y'all, this I don't know if you missed the memo, but relationships take work. It ain't a thing that once you reach a certain level, then it's all good, that's locked in. No, it ain't like that. Yeah, the vows say, don't do it. The vow, so for good and for worse, but it don't say anything goes. Really, all it takes is common sense to step back and look at the big picture. You know what I'm saying? But look here, man. Let me get off here, man. Listen to the radio, see what's going on, man. This Friday. Hey, man, I left as early as I could leave. Thing is, I got a limited window in Claiborne to deliver this load, and I got to pick up tomorrow, which is Saturday. You know, it's hard to get loads on a Saturday. I hope they get this straightened out right here. But you know how that goes. It's trucking. That's trucking, man. I feel like I'm yelling. I feel like the people, I got the window down. I feel like the people next door can hear me. I feel like the people can hear me. If y'all saw that video where I was in Dunn, I broke down with that full line hurricane relief. He didn't have enough antifreeze. And I walked into that lady yard beside where I was parked at. She was real cool. I mean, I went up there, knocked on the door, asked her for some water. She let me in the house and everything. But, oh, her son, come to find out her son was a truck driver, is a truck driver. But when I first broke down there, you should have seen the way she came out there and was looking. It's like, I thought she was going to tell me to get from in front of her house. But first she came out there with a hand on her hip, and then daughter-in-law came out there. I don't know. I thought it was a different type of thing going on. I guess probably they was just interested in seeing if they could be of help, of service. That shit was cool. I said the food smelled good. She said, "You want some?" I said, "Nah, I got to go." Buddy. Greenwood. Well, I just as well come through here and see what the little town. I've been down 79 a lot through Greenwood. Just as well come through it here, especially if it's the same amount of time wasted. Then I I'd rather waste it coming through here, getting a little view, than to deal with people trying to cut over in front of you and traffic stop and go the whole time, riding beside each other, whatever. This is a little more interesting. A little more interesting. But I'm done now. Is that the Flying J? No, tell me that. Tell me that's not the Flying J. I wanted to stop at the Flying J anyway. But I didn't know you could go down that street beside the Loves though. Is that where 80 is? I'm talking about y'all. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect though. Cause I'm gonna dip up in there and give me a salad. Situation like this, it ain't like you losing a lot of time. Hey, notice how I'm leaving the street open, man. Don't block these intersections if you can help it, you know. Let the intersection stay open. Let the intersection stay open. Alright, I'm out of here. Obviously, this ain't the other spot. This is another incident. Try to brake as quick as you can, but at the same time give people behind you time enough, you know what I'm saying, to stop. It's a lot to driving, man. Hate these docks, man. I have to take the foot off of the landing gear in order to get it back to the dock.